Mike here, head trader at True Trading Group. Closing the week off. With two small green trades. One in DGAZ, one in VRNA. Really, guys, this video is going to be all about risk management. It's going to be all about risk management because the two trades, both of them, were working out in the beginning of the trade and then ended up reversing their course. My DGAZ trade is kind of a combination of fundamental and technical. VRNA is strictly technical. So we've actually got a really cool technical lesson on VRNA. It's one of my favorite lessons. It really is one of my favorite technical lessons. I talk about it on this channel a lot. I teach it to all of our True Trading Group members. I'm going to walk you guys through one of my favorite lessons that helped me walk away from VRNA with a small profit. And then DGAZ, we're going to talk about that setup, and there's some fundamental things that are at play there as well as technicals. We're going to talk about that as well. Before I get into the end of the day recap, guys, today's the last day for the 30% off sale. So 1 year all-inclusive membership to TTG. Today's the last day for 30%. After midnight tonight, that 30% coupon code expires. And then for New Year's, we're going to do it like 20 or 25%. So this is the last time that you'll be able to get 30% off the 1 year all-inclusive membership. That 1 year all-inclusive membership plan, guys, includes access to everything: the chat room, text message trade alerts, email swing trade alerts, all of the courses, beginner, advanced, options, trader psychology course, all of our courses that we currently have, as well as all future courses coming out down the road. Everything is all inclusive. You never get upsold anything. It includes everything. So today's the last day for that. Again, that's 30% off. Use coupon code TTG2020. You guys can click on the link in the description below if you're interested in joining the TTG fam and getting 30% off. We also do have a financing option if you guys aren't comfortable with the one-time payment. There is a financing option where you can pay off the membership in 3 months, but the 30% off does not apply. But if you want to pay it off over 3 months, you could. But if you want the 30% discount, it's a one-time payment, and that you can use coupon code TTG2020. And again, that expires tonight at midnight. So you guys, today's the last chance for that. Now let's get to first the VRNA trade, because that was my first trade of the day, and this is actually one of my favorite lessons. All right, so we're going to talk about one of my favorite lessons here. Okay, here we have VRNA opens, gaps up, and then shoots higher off the bell. Nice strong volume bar off the bell. A nice strong volume bar off the bell. And what I did was I drew my Fibonacci retracement levels, and we pulled right into the 38.2 Fibonacci level that was sitting right here. Okay, this is 1020 is your 38.2 Fib level. At the time, VWAP was also sitting at this level. Since the stock traded higher, VWAP then moved higher on that 3-minute candle. But at the moment that we pulled back in to retest this 38.2 Fib level, VWAP was sitting there as well. So we had VWAP and 38.2 Fib. We pulled in, got right down to it. This is a small float. It looked like it had room on the daily chart. If I take you guys back to the daily chart, okay, the stock's never really traded significant volume like it was doing today. You guys can see very, very low volume stock. So, I thought maybe if the volume was able to be consistent, that I had a chance. So I went ahead and I jumped in long right there. I'll take you guys to my trade announcements on the day. You can see here, guys, I'm long at 1088 with a stop loss around the $10 area. Long at 1088, stop loss at that $10 area. Now, right away, real quick, we bounce off that level and push right up to the high of the day. Right there was your initial morning high. There's the entry. We pushed right up to the high of the day. That was like over $1 a share move. So I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to take 25% of my position off the table in front of the high of the day. And you can see here, I took some profit off just 3 minutes later, just 3 minutes after my entry. That's a quick trade for me. Just 3 minutes after my entry, I'm taking 25% of my position off the table at 12.10. All right, so right in front of the high of the day. The high of the day was 12.49. I took some profit off at 12.10. Now, this is where one of my favorite lessons, this is where it comes into play. And it is a bearish signal that is going to save you guys a ton of money. All right. It's a bearish signal that would save you a ton of money. It's also a bearish signal that can give you a trigger for those of you that like to short. Those of you that like to short these low float small caps, it's a great trigger for you to enter a short. And that is when a stock consolidates in front of a support level. So whatever the support level is, that's the whole reason for you entering the trade. All right. That's the reason for you entering the trade. And you see it's this VWAP level that started to work its way up, and then VWAP came up here, and now VWAP's acting as support again. So really, I was focusing on this VWAP number, this VWAP indicator here as we were consolidating inside this little flag. These are 3-minute candles, and then we pushed up and broke the high of the day. This is a new high of the day. All right, and as soon as we broke through the high of the day, we immediately pulled all the way back to where VWAP. At the time, VWAP was sitting here at like 11.15, 11.20. Okay, so VWAP was my support level when it lined up the 38.2 fib level on my entry. Then it became VWAP was sitting at the 23.6 and it became support. I took some profit off at the high, and then we get a new high of the day and a quick pullback right back into VWAP. That is a bearish signal. When a stock consolidates in front of a support level and then breaks through the high of the day and immediately comes right back into that same support level, that's a bearish signal and a sign that that support did not move up with the stock as it made a new high a day. The support stayed down at that level. It did not, the demand for the stock did not move higher with the share price as the stock made a new high. And that's a sign that the stock has run out of steam. It's run out of momentum. When you recognize that, it'll allow you to exit the trade quickly before all hell breaks loose, or it'll allow you to enter a short position with a stop loss at the high of the day, and catch a nice short trade. In this situation, I was long, and when I recognized that bearish signal, I immediately then exited. Well, let me use the circle. I then immediately exited the rest of my position right there at $11. Take you guys back to my trade alerts. You can see here, final take profit at $11. So I'm long at 1088. I took 25% of my position off at 1210 in front of the high of the day. And then I'm flat the rest at $11 because of that bearish signal. This is a very important lesson. This is a very important signal that you guys need to be able to recognize. And again, it's not just when a stock breaks the high of the day and pulls back in. That's not the bearish signal. Okay. Bearish signal is when a stock consolidates in front of a support level, breaks through the high of the day, and then immediately comes back into that same support level. That's the bearish signal. All right. When you recognize that, it'll allow you to exit the position well before your stop loss gets triggered. My stop loss on this was around $10 when I entered the trade. By recognizing that bearish signal, I'm able to exit the position at $11 instead of waiting for the stock to get all the way down to $10, which would have caused me to go red on the trade. So in this case, I'm exiting at $11 when I recognize this bearish signal, and I'm exiting that trade quickly and still for a profit. So I didn't get the breakout short squeeze move. I thought we had a chance to get to like $13, $14 today. Didn't quite have the juice. A lot of shorts piled in on this thing and then took it over and took it all the way down to $7. But this bearish signal was the key for me that it's time to exit that long. And it worked out really well. And it saved me on this. And I'm walking away from the trade with a small profit, a nice little single on a Friday morning to start the day. And then we kept it moving. So take note of this lesson, guys. Learn it, recognize it, be able to identify it. It'll save you guys a ton of money, I guarantee it. Next, we're going to move on to DGAZ. Okay. DGAZ, the inverse for natural gas. All right. As natural gas goes down, DGAZ goes up. It is the opposite of UGAZ. All right. It's a very, 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 very volatile ETF. This stock is known to make huge gaps. Okay. This stock closed yesterday at 163 and change. We opened up today at 175. You're talking about over a $10 gap on DGAZ today. And this ETF is known to make these type of moves. Natural gas has been very, very volatile lately. It's provided a lot of really good opportunity trading UGAZ or DGAZ. UGAZ just had a reverse split recently, so that's allowed the stock or the ETF to really open up and give you some decent range. They've been really good trading vehicles as of late. And natural gas was coming up to a very key support level. Nat gas futures around 215 to 220 on natural gas futures was a very important support level that was being tested today technically. Okay, technically meaning on a technical level, when you're looking at charting and technical analysis, that support level was being tested today. Very important key level for natural gas. If we got below that, I think that natural gas had a chance to get down towards 205. That would have pushed DGAZ to 200. Natural gas has been very weak. I'll take you to UNG, natural gas ETF. Okay, take a look at the daily chart. You can see natural gas has been very weak over the last 2 months. Very, very weak. All right. And you can see here we were coming up to a key support level. Here is this key support level on natural gas. You got double bottom right there. We were testing that level today. And I thought that if we got below that double bottom level, okay, here it is. You guys can see it a little bit more clearly now. Here is your double bottom. And you can see we tested that level here today. And I thought if we broke below this double bottom, that this thing had a lot of room to the downside. And I wanted to get long DGAZ off of this technical setup to see if DGAZ can push up to test this double top that sits just over 200. This double top sits at around 206. All right, so I thought if natural gas broke that double bottom, I'm looking for DGAZ to get up into this region, and that could have been a really big trade. So what I did was today was a natural gas report. I waited for the natural gas report to come out. There was a larger than expected build. Okay, there was actually, there was a bullish report that came out on natural gas. Okay, it was a bullish report. So what I recognized was, let's go back to UNG real quick. So here's your UNG. Right here is when the report came out. All right there is when the report came out. It was a bullish report. Nat gas shot higher and immediately pulled back in and put in this big tail. So now this is what I said to myself. I said, okay, if natural gas still cannot reverse its trend with this bullish natural gas report, this thing is weak. It's going to break below the support level. It's sitting just above that support level. You see the line on my screen. We're sitting just above that support level. You get a bullish natural gas report. This thing should have went green. Natural gas should have did this. Okay, it should have continued higher. When I saw that it had a quick pop and then a quick pullback and then was sitting down here after a bullish natural gas report, I said, okay, there's my entry. It's time to get long DGAZ. Nat gas is weak. So I went over to DGAZ, and right here at 172.12, I got at 172.19, I got long DGAZ for a swing trade. Take you to my trade announcements. Here you guys can see swing trade long DGAZ 172.19. Right? So there I am long 172.19. Long DGAZ because of that tail that got put in. Now here's the tail on DGAZ. You can see DGAZ is the inverse to natural gas. So when natural gas put in that tail to the upside and couldn't hold after the bullish report, DGAZ tailed and then gave you a hammer tail to the bottom. That's a reversal signal. And I took that advantage of that opportunity to get long. Sure enough, natural gas ended up trading much lower. I'll take you guys back to UNG. You can see we traded much lower down to where? That support level. That's that double bottom support level that we talked about on the daily chart. There it is again, okay, on natural gas. All right. So when we started to sell off, we made new lows of the day. DGAZ made a new high. And I said, okay, well, that was quick. I'm going to take a piece of profit off the table right here because DGAZ and natural gas is very, very volatile and it gaps very big in either direction. I want to take some of my profit off the table, reduce my risk going into the weekend hold because natural gas is going to be susceptible to weather. And that is what happened to me today at around 1:30 in the afternoon. So that's when I saw the weather report. A weather report came out around 1:30. That's when I saw the weather report. I'm not sure how long this report had been circulating for. That's around the time that I saw it on the Weather Channel app. But at around 1:30, I got a report on the Weather Channel app that there is a winter storm that's packing a lot of snow that's heading towards the Northeast. That caused a bounce in natural gas. You also had natural gas sitting at that major support level. This was a major support level. That's the level that I'm saying if we break below, I think natural gas goes much lower and DGAZ pushes up towards 200. So at the same time, natural gas is sitting at a very key support level. There's a report about a really bad winter storm that's pushing towards the Northeast. I think those two things is what caused natural gas to do that. All right. That's what caused natural gas to do that. I think it was this support level holding coupled with this winter storm that's heading towards the Northeast that's got a lot of snow. Going to be some nasty weather, it looks like, around New Year's. All right. So that is what caused DGAZ to then start to pull in. Once this news broke, I'm saying to myself, I've got to control my risk on this trade. This is way too much risk now that there's this extra factor of it's not just about the technical level now on natural gas. There's a little fundamental thing at play here with this winter storm. And I'm saying to myself, I cannot afford to hold this position over the weekend and wait for the next weather update on this storm. It's just too much risk. Natural gas could gap down on Monday to 150. DGAZ can gap down on Monday to 155, 160 easily. All right. If that storm intensifies, you can see natural gas, the bounce continue. And now you have two things at play. You have a technical catalyst at play because natural gas is bouncing off of that support level. And you have a fundamental catalyst at play with this winter storm. If it's pretty bad, you can see a boost in natural gas prices. And I think both of these things are at play. And I decided that it's just too much risk to hold on to this position. So when we pulled back into my entry price, I exited the rest of the position right there at 172. Take you guys to my chart announcements. Here you guys can see sold out the remaining DGAZ at 172. Here was the first take profit at 178.99. So again, guys, here's my entry at 172.12. I'm taking 25% of the position off the table at 178.99 for a nice little gain. And then I'm flat the rest of the position at 172, right at my break-even point on the rest of the position. So again, another single, right? Another single. So walking away from this trade with a profit, not the home run trade that I thought we were going to get. I thought DGAZ, this was intended to be a swing trade. I was going to hold it for a week. I was intending to get this up towards 200. My next take profit was going to be 185. We didn't quite get there. And you can see this big pullback now in DGAZ as natural gas bounces. And I just figured that it's too much risk for me to hold on to this position over the weekend. I got to see what happens with this winter storm. And if this winter storm turns out to be a dud, I'll look to buy DGAZ again as natural gas drifts back down to test that major support level. And if that major support level breaks, I think DGAZ gets to 200. But things have changed now from this morning with that support level holding in natural gas and this winter storm. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. I went from trader to weatherman this afternoon. So, but this is important. This is the stuff that you have to pay attention to when you're in these trades. It's important that you understand what is a catalyst for what it is that you're trading, what causes the markets to move based on what it is that you're trading. You guys need to know these things. If you're trading oil, if you're trading natural gas, you need to know when the oil report and the natural gas reports come out. You should know that calendar because those reports will move those commodity markets. Okay, it's important to know these things. It's important to know that weather affects the price of natural gas. It's important to know these things. All right. So again, guys, 30% off. That expires tomorrow. Use coupon code TTG2020 in the description below to get 30% off a 1-year all-inclusive membership. These are some cool lessons. That's why this video is all about risk management. I had to manage risk on both of these trades, and because I was successful in doing so, I'm walking away from both trades with a profit on both trades. Not the home runs that I was expecting, but still a nice little way to end out the week as we go into another short week, short holiday week with New Year's Day. Markets will be closed. in the middle of the week next week. So we'll have a day off in the middle of the week next week, like we had with the Christmas day. We were off middle of the week this week. Same thing next week. All right. So risk management, guys, that's what it's all about. All right. Take it easy. Have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you guys on Monday. Later.